All right, just throw that grenade there. Oh, it's very nice. Oh, that was awesome. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Scared Soldier back with another Borderlands 3 video, and in today's video, guys, I wanted to update you with Bloodborn Moze. So we fixed a couple little things and details, so I wanted to update you guys again. Now we're gonna be going over some of the other gear we added to this setup, and also just to showcase what we did in the skill tree. Just moved a couple little things around as well. So without further ado, let's get into the weapons. So the first and most awesome weapon in this build is the Plague Bearer. This Plague Bearer, man, absolutely destroys mobs so fast, guys. I think I did the Guardian Takedown my fastest time using this. I'm gonna show you guys those clips a little after, but this gun is absolutely insane. Now, the anointments you're going to be want to look for this build is going to be 5150, or while under 50% health, deal 150% bonus radiation. That's a lot of extra elemental damage, guys, so this is a very, very strong anointment. I highly recommend you guys use this anointment. It's better than consecutive hits, and also if you guys want to also use, you can use the 200% if you want, 200 splash that is, but the 200 splash doesn't really last that long. The 5150 is always active since we're using a deathless, so it's actually more convenient. So we have a couple of sets of Plague Bearers in this setup. Also, I would like you guys, if you guys are doing the Guardian Takedown, to have an MP5. The MP5 is going to allow you to move a lot faster with Moze, which is going to be nice for doing those big jumps or skips, as you will. This paired with a Snowdrift is going to really help you guys just slide, jump to the far points of the map to do some skips at the Guardian Takedown. And also, since Moze is a little slow, it's nice to have a little more movement speed, so just hold this gun when you guys are kind of traveling or running through location. Now, obviously, you're going to want a flipper. This one is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not really going to explain it. But yeah, just try to find one with 5150 anointment, and you guys are good to go. The shield, we are still rocking with the old god. You guys can also use the transformer. Some people were also talking about that they like the recharger. But honestly, when you're using a recharger on a deathless build, you always die because you have a deathless. So what's going to happen is you basically are going to get one-shotted, and you're not going to get the effect of the recharger. So unless you were just running a front loader and not using a deathless, then a recharge would be nice. But the old god is good because it gives you elemental damage, and I love damage. So if you guys don't like damage, then you can use a transformer or recharger. But the old god is an amazing shield. We still have the cloning matting tracker with the same anointment on it. We still have the atom bomb deathless with the area effect max ice radiation combination, the best in the game. And then we still have our bloodletter right over here. So we have our splash damage, weapon damage, heavy weapon damage, super awesome rolls on that setup. Now for the skill tree quickly, instead of adding points into explosive punctuation, one of my fellow commenters, he told me that explosive punctuation is actually not as good as Grizzled to get Iron Bear back. So Grizzled is a bit better to get Iron Bear back quicker. So instead of putting points into explosive punctuation, we just put them all into Grizzled. If you guys want, I would recommend even putting 4 points into Grizzled and 1 point into explosive punctuation, but apparently Grizzled's better, so we added more points into Grizzled. Then the remaining skill tree is very, very similar. I'm also going to be going over the attachments for Iron Bear that I really like using, especially for the Guardian Takedown and Mally Wall Takedown. So we're going to go over that real quick. I'm just showing you guys quickly the skill tree, so you guys, if you wanted to copy it or haven't seen it already, here it is. By the way, we don't use this capstone because we are using deathless, and very quickly with the recharger, it's the same principle. If you are running deathless and you guys get your shield depleted, you're gonna go down instantly. It doesn't matter. So if you guys are gonna rock tenacious defense, you're gonna want to not be using deathless. You're just going to be wanting to use and rely on thin red line because then you're going to die all the time in the deathless setup. But that's just how maybe you guys know something I don't know. But yeah, I mean, we're still really good on the damage side anyways. But if you guys want, hey, do your thing. But this is how we have our skill tree set up. And here is the green tree. So quickly for the attachments on Iron Bear, the main one I like the most combination is actually Vanquisher Rocket Pod with the Hammer Down Protocol. This thing is actually really, really nice, and because it has a nasty area of effect, since it is kind of like he's shooting a nuke, it can hit a big target of enemies at the same time, which is really, really nice. And then on our secondary attachment, we like to play around between the railgun for bosses to really do a lot of damage, and we will elemental match those bosses based on one of our augments here. And then also I like the minigun. Actually, the minigun does really well, especially if you use a minesweeper. It's actually nice as well, or the Also, the target softening is also a nice option, but my favorite one right now is Hammered On Protocol. That's just me, but that's what I like to use. So enough of that, guys. We're going to show you some gameplay of all this build. This is probably the best Bloodletter build that I have on my channel, so you definitely want to use this Bloodborn Moze. Same modifiers: Speed Demon, Chain Gang, Postmortem, and Freeze Tag. Pretty neutral stuff. They don't really affect us that much. I really don't even notice Postmortem that much because we're doing so much splash damage. The skulls that come out of the dead enemies, they also vanish with splash damage. So yeah, pretty easy to deal with. But I'm going to show you guys this awesome gameplay at the Guardian Takedown. We did this really fast. I'm really happy with this one. So let's go ahead and check out the Guardian Takedown. Alright guys, so we are at the Guardian Takedown, and I wanted to show you how awesome this Plague Bearer is for dealing against big groups of enemies, and that's why I went to the Guardian Takedown, since again this is the hardest stuff in the game. So I gotta show you how effective this gun is, and also the build is with the 5150 anointment. So without further ado, you guys will also be able to maybe pick up some strategies that I use for this, because I was really able to do it quick. So you're going to see me going in and out of my menu a couple times because I am going between Rocketeer and Bloodletter, so that my auto bear can last a long time, and then I get the benefits of Bloodletter at the same time. So you see that my Iron Bear has that nuke and blowing up a ton of things as well, but look at us just absolutely destroy with this weapon, guys. Now the beautiful thing with this is that you don't even have to direct impact the enemy. You can just kind of shoot in the vicinity of the enemy, so that's why I actually pay attention more to my map, my mini map on the side. I look where the red dots are and I shoot in that direction. And typically the Plague Bearer is going to be able to kill most of those enemies with one shot. Now, one of the techniques that I actually like to do as well, so I can maintain my ammo, since we're not using Forge and we do not have 2 points into redistribution, I really do like to reload cancel. So when I get down to that low magazine or my last shot, what I'll do is I will not allow Moze to reload, so she can keep her base ammo capacity at around 42. So what I will do was quickly throw a grenade or a couple grenades until I get one ammo back, and then I'll shoot again, and this way I can keep my ammo back pretty much the whole entire duration of the Guardian Takedown without losing a beat. Now you guys saw we quickly cleared out that whole setup over there within a couple minutes, which is really impressive. And also I want you guys to know that we did this Guardian Takedown in total 24 minutes. Now that 24 minutes includes all my pauses, me swapping between my elements of my Plague Bearers, and also switching between my class mod Rocketeer and Bloodletter. Overall, gameplay wise, I think it was actually more closer to maybe 19 to 20 minutes, around that range, that it took me of actual gameplay, minus the pausing and all that kind of stuff. So pretty good time for a solo with Moze. She is obviously a slower character in terms of movement speed. I wasn't going for overall the fastest Guardian Takedown ever, or else you'd be seeing me slide like a maniac with a snowdrift to get to some of these points a little faster, but you guys get the logistics of it, that we clear out these really fast. Now honestly, with everything I've used with Moze, even my unholy Moze setup and everything, this is the fastest I think I've ever cleared out the Guardian Takedown. Now that could be due to the fact that we're using a Plague Bearer, mostly because this thing takes out big crowds of enemies, and also the fact that we decided to use the 5150 anointment, which really paid dividends in this, because it does so much damage, guys. It's night and day. So I actually forgot to mention that in my last video, to use 5150. I put it under a comment, so hopefully you guys saw that comment, but in this video I hope it clears up things. So over here, guys, you see us just spamming our shock version of the Plague Bearer anywhere where these enemies are at, and it's absolutely destroying. It takes about only one projectile to kill multiple enemies at a time with this thing, and I believe I pretty much didn't even use the flipper actually at all for this takedown. I simply just used the Plague Bearer, I used the MP5, and because the MP5 I use just to gain speed so I can make certain jumps, and then I believe I used one more weapon, and that was it. So pretty nice stuff. So you're gonna see here we're using the tactics that I've been teaching you guys for a while, or maybe some of you already known, but we're going in our Rocketeer, switching back out to Bloodletter, and we're clearing this crystal section really fast. I'm really proud of this gameplay, guys, because it was a pretty good run. So that's why I kind of want to keep the whole run intact for you guys. I didn't do too much editing for this gameplay specifically because I know some people do want to see how I did things more in depth than just looking at the cool highlights of everything. Maybe you guys want to take some of my strategies or whatever. But pretty much my strategy is the same as it's been for the last couple videos, is that I'll put Iron Bear close to a portal. I will switch off of Rocketeer back to my Bloodletter or my Minesweeper, depending on the build I'm using, and I'll just shoot my weapon at bay, because unlike Zane's clone literally takes almost 100% of the aggro, as of where the Iron Bear doesn't take as much aggro. The Guardians still kind of go after Moze at times, so I would say maybe about 60% of the aggro goes to Iron Bear, 40% to you. So that's why I like to just shoot my Plague Bear wherever I see red dots on the map, and this will basically kill almost everything in its path, which is nice, and there not too many enemies to deal with. So we pretty much did this crystal section in about 2 minutes total, which is quite quick. We had a couple of these specters jump into our crystals, slowing our time down a little bit, but I'm really not concerned. I just wanted to show you guys how insane the Plague Bearer is, how good this build is as well. This build is really cool because if you're going to see how many stacks at one point we're going to have almost 300 and something thousand shield capacity, to give you an idea how many stacks of kills we got with this rocket launcher, which is really hard to do for those who know about Moze. But yeah, guys, so we're just chilling here doing that. I'm going to see you guys over at the next part. I'll let the gameplay continue for those who want to see this good run. So we'll talk quickly more about the build, and then we'll let you guys listen to my commentary for the rest of this fight. I was just playing solo, but of course I was, talking to myself a little bit. You know how it is. But yeah, pretty much what we've been doing, it's the same strategy. I really want to actually show you guys a really cool part coming up soon on the skip. But just look how fast we're clearing out these groups of enemies, guys. It's insane. As soon as they come out in the portal too, I like to shoot the Plague Bearer right away, so it'll just kill all the groups that come out of the portal as soon as possible. But you can't always get to every portal, so it's okay. But look at those homing projectiles, how crazy that is. As you see that one post-mortem, I almost forgot we had post-mortem on because it's really not that prevalent. But you just gotta basically shoot where the enemy is and you're gonna get a kill. So we're almost done already this whole part here, but I want to show you guys exactly why we have the MP5. So we're gonna go ahead in our menu real quick after we get out of Iron Bear. So what we're trying to do here is we're trying to stack 3 stacks of Speed Demon. So 3 kills. Once we get those 3 kills, that's going to give us 150% speed bonus. We are also equipping our Old God with 10% movement speed while full instead of our other radiation one. And we also have the Snowdrift equipped so we get a better, faster slide. And lastly, we put the MP5 on because when we hold the MP5, we run faster. It's just one of the perks of that weapon. So you see us right here, we're trying to stack those 3. Now we're trying to swap to our MP5 because now we're moving a little faster. And we're going to make this jump right over here. Boom, slide jump. And look at that, guys. Pretty nice. You got to watch out with Speed Demon because when the Speed Demon stack drops, so let's say you're at 3 stacks, one of those stacks drops down, it's going to stop you literally almost in your tracks or going to stop your momentum of your jump. So all of a sudden you're just going to take a huge dip and you're going to miss the jump. So just be careful of that. That's why I recommend you guys freshly get those 3 stacks and right away try to make the jump, because if you wait too long, those stacks are going to drop off and you're going to be dead. That's basically. So now we're at the boss here, guys, and again I want to show you and highlight how insane the Plague Bearer is. So what we're doing here, especially on this boss, is we're trying to hit the hands. The hands, or his blades anyways, are his critical point. So every time we hit him one time with the Plague Bearer in his critical point, he will be down 1 shot of the Plague Bearer, which is really nice. Obviously we can use backburners as well. Backburners are amazing, there's no question, but I do like the Plague Bearer because we don't have to be as accurate with it to do damage. So you're going to see we almost got him in 1 hit, pretty much in 1 hit. And then we're just going to be rinsing and repeating this process, jumping back and forth on the platforms, trying to hit him in his hand. And it's pretty easy, guys. That's why I love this setup. I want to see if we're going to get him. Yeah, there you go. So 1 shot in his hands. And look how easy that is, guys. Pretty simple. I'll let you guys finish this mid-boss, and I'll see you guys over at the next part.
Oh look, dead meat. Right?
Okay guys, so we're preparing for the next skip over here. So same concept as we did on the first one. You guys are going to have the MP5. You're going to want to have a shield that gives you maybe 10% extra movement speed while full like we do. We were trying to get our 3 stacks of speed demon, and when we do, we have our snowdrift ready to go. And now you're going to see us switching over to our MP5 to give us more movement speed. And we're going to make this jump real easy with Moze. Basically made this whole jump without having to go around that little ledge and stuff like that, which is really impressive, and why I decided to use the MP5 for this very reason. It makes the time go way quicker through these runs, because once you're just killing ads continuously, it feels like there's absolutely no point anymore killing the creatures for 10 minutes and all that stuff. It doesn't make any more sense. You guys already did the hard parts in the beginning, so once you kind of get to this part, you just want to get to the main boss as fast as possible, and that's pretty much what you guys see here. So same concept for the crystals, just switching over to Rocketeer, then going over to Bloodletter, and now we basically have auto bear for the whole duration of this crystal. Real easy, and we're just doing the same thing we've been doing, keeping the enemies at bay by shooting in the 2 corners where they like to spawn. So there, put a couple shots to the left, put a couple shots to the right, and it'll keep all the enemies away from you, especially that you have auto bear also acting as a distraction. You guys are just sitting nice and comfortably like you guys see us right here. So again, I'll see you guys once we get to the next part, because I also want to show you the final skip. Actually, not even skip, because we can't do it with Moze. I didn't want to take a chance. Maybe you guys could, but I'll see you guys over at the boss.
the energy signature. Go in, Vault Hunter, so we may get a reading on whatever's inside. Yes. It's probably a monster of some sort, but science demands we make certain.
All right, so we have the final boss of the takedown, and same thing like the mid boss, guys. The characters are not too different from each other. Actually, both their critical points are actually on their hands. So again, we're trying to actually hit him in the hand. Now I'm not sure if it's specifically in the hand or also the head, or maybe both, but it seems to work for this head, obviously, of course. So that's what we're aiming at. So one of our other strategies, again. So what we like to do every time he hits his immunity, we know that he's going to spawn those enemies that have those orbs around their head. So I actually like to trigger those guys at 2 different points. So what I'll do is I'll get them close, I'll trigger one, and then I'll trigger the other. What that's going to do is make the other one explode and do a little bit of damage once he's out of his immunity phase. So I use the first one to get him out of his immunity phase, and then once he gets out of his immunity phase, the second one explodes and does a little bit of damage. So right here we're going to call in Iron Bear when you see that blue fog appear around our screen. That's going to give us the skip. And we're basically doing this process again and again. So that's pretty much our plan for this, and it's working really, really well. We're pretty much getting every single phase with 1-2 shots of our Plague Bear. Again, yes, we can use the back burner and absolutely destroy him. I just feel like the back burner, you got to be a little more accurate. And Scourge, he likes to move around a lot like you guys see here. So if you miss that first back burner shot, it kind of sucks that you have to shoot him again or, try to hit him in perfect place and then he moves forward. The back burner is more of a timing thing because you have to make sure the enemy stays still so he eats all of those raining splashes. So here we go again, guys. We're almost done the final boss with ease. I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay because this was a really, really nice run for me. Me and Cree are going to be streaming, by the way, later tonight once I finish posting this video. So if you guys are seeing it, we probably will be live streaming at this very moment. So pretty much stay tuned for that, guys. I wanted to say thank you so much for all the support of everybody. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, guys. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so and smash that like button because look at this skip right over here. Boom. Big skip. But I hope all my tips helped you guys. I hope the build helped you guys as well. If you guys were looking for a cool deathless build, this is a really, really nice build. And that's pretty much that. So I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the gameplay. I'll see you in the next video. It's your boy Scared Soldier signing out. Peace.
Scrub.
To the light.
Here they come.
Excellent takedown, Vault Hunter. I have begun research on the nature of high fives, and I will personally give you one as soon as I compile a full report and send it out for peer review. Expect it in about 3 years.